Hi everyone, thanks for checking out our video today from National Strategies PR. Today we're going to be talking about a hot topic that everybody always asks about, which is ROI, return on investment. What they should be measuring, how often they should be measuring it, how do I know if my PR and marketing plans are working, how do I know if they're working for the right audiences. So I personally am sort of a geek and a nerd about this topic. I love getting into it. I love measuring these types of things, but it doesn't come naturally for everybody, and we totally understand that. And another obstacle that we face is it's really hard to quantify sometimes some of the efforts, especially to people who are not in our industry, who may not completely understand some of the measuring. We hear a lot of times where board members for large organizations who maybe haven't used social media ever before in their lives, they're like, how do I measure social media? How do I know that it's working? How do I know that this is right for our organization? And so I wanted to shed some light on that. Hopefully you've had a chance to read our article, which we published yesterday, which talks about the 5 key areas to measure ROI. But one thing I wanted to mention is the key thread throughout that article that I hope everybody gets from it, and I'm just kind of pulling up my notes here, but I hope that everybody gets from that is it's really about quality, not quantity. So you might have a whole bunch of new likes, followers, media interviews, whatever it might be that's important to your organization, but the main thing that I hope is a takeaway for you and your organization, that it's all about quality, that you're reaching the right audience that's right for your organization, that you're reaching them in a meaningful way, that you are really expanding the relationships that you have with them. For example, okay, so we've seen some organizations that buy Twitter followers or whatever it is, and then they have 1 million followers. But who are they? Are they even in people in buying positions and areas? And we find out no, and that's really the danger in those types of activities. But so with media interviews, another thing we've heard from other clients is that they had maybe a former PR agency that was all about quantity. Well, I got you 1 million media hits, but they weren't at quality sources that really their audience was reading. So that's really going to be essential, and that's something we really look for is who are your audiences, and where are they, what are they reading, what are they liking, what are they doing, what are their behaviors, really understanding their buyer personas, and then from that point measuring the effectiveness essentially on how we're achieving that. So just looking up here at my notes a little bit and seeing we talk about media, we talk about social media, paid advertising is another thing too, and I sort of mentioned that too with especially paid social media, but there are times where you can do a paid advertising campaign on social media and you're reaching so many people, but is it the right people? So it's something we really are sticklers about at NSPR, is really reaching the right people. And then another area that I want to talk about is CSR, or corporate social responsibility. So many times that cannot be measured. It's really difficult sometimes to measure the kind of impact that you're having on your community, but you can measure it actually. And what you can measure is the type of people that you've reached, how many people that you've reached through that organization, or reaching out to influencers and things like that. So there is a measurable impact that can be taken from CSR. And we highly recommend that you incorporate corporate social responsibility into your organization, as it is something that's effectively measurable and really can make quite a difference in results. The last bullet point in our article, how often do you talk to your employees? This should be measured, and actually in the article that I posted, I said that this bullet point was possibly the most important one, and here's why. So by talking to your own employees, you're going to find out a lot more about their needs and wants, and what propels them, what motivates them. But But those types of things can be measured, and you could be missing an opportunities to shape a public relations campaign or opportunity just by simply not talking to them. So it really is important, and to me it's probably one of the most important, and we really encourage you to do that. So measuring is really important, especially in this first quarter as we end our first quarter. And we hope that you are measuring all of your efforts, and we hope that you've measured this first quarter so far and that it's just blooming for you. If not, or if you're not sure how exactly to measure your efforts, just let us know and we can absolutely do a brainstorming session with you, and we'd be happy to. We hope you found this information helpful and that you tune in next week. Thanks.